Next up is linebacker Keith Maguire. Please go ahead with questions.
Hey, Keith, it's Trevor Gross from CUTigers.com. You had a big game on Saturday night, a couple of tackles for loss and forced a fumble. How good did that feel to play such a big role in clinching another trip to the ACC championship?
I felt awesome. The whole linebacker core works so hard every week, and to see all of us go in there and play well when we had to, it meant a lot to me, and I know it meant a lot to the whole entire linebacker group as a core. So it was awesome. It was a fun game to be a part of.
Is there an extra sense of urgency for you guys that don't regularly start this season, particularly just knowing that, especially with all the injuries that you've had, but on top of that with COVID, just never knowing when your number might be called?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, every week is, we work extra hard on preparing no matter what happens. And we do that just in case something like that happens. A few linebackers go down and you got to be ready and you're expected to perform just as well as the starters. So, every week just bringing that sense of urgency and being prepared in case our number gets called, like you said. So definitely this year, just because you never know if someone's going to, test positive or contact tracing or anything like that. So every year, but this year especially, we got to be more focused and ready to go in whenever we need to.
Hey, this is David Hood with TigerNet. How much of a help is James Skalski to all of these younger linebackers?
Man, he's like another coach out there on the field and on the sideline. Ever since I got here last year too, he's been huge help and just helped me learn the defense and get more confident and just trust in my ability and my understanding of the defense. But he's been like a second coach, like a second Coach V to all of us. And I know we're all super appreciative of him and his role, and not just on the field, but off the field.
I have to ask you about LaVonta Bentley, if you don't mind. It seems like when he hits people, man, they're hit. He delivers a strike. Is that what you guys have seen in practice out of him?
Definitely. LaVonta he's a big dude, and he brings it every time. So I think that's one of his biggest strengths of the linebackers. When he hits someone, they're going backwards, and he's going to make sure he tackles them. But he's a tremendous linebacker, well-rounded, but he definitely hits, and I would say he's one of the hardest hitters on the team.
Do you think that shows the strength of this linebacker room that, Skalski goes out after the first series, Jake goes out with a broken arm, here comes LaVonta, Kane Patterson is on the field, Keith Maguire's on the field, that there's guys 3-4 deep that can step in?
Yeah, definitely. I think that you got to give credit to Coach V for how hard he works and making sure we're prepared, and just us as a linebacker core overall, because I know we're always in the film room together, always trying to get better as a group. And I think it showed this Saturday in the game that we all push each other to be better, and it's been showing up in the game. So.
Quick look ahead at Notre Dame. Ian Book was incredible in that game at Notre Dame. He's hard to bring down. How do you try and scheme against that guy that, it seems like he's always running out of trouble and then throwing a pass somewhere?
He's a great athlete, as you can see by the film. He's very elusive, and I think, you could try and scheme to it, but, bottom line is just making sure we do our job. If we're contained or if we're spying or, whatever we're doing, we just got to do our job and try and contain him the best we can. Obviously you can't get him down every time, especially with someone who's athletic like him. But you got to try your best and try and contain him, and hopefully we'll be able to do that a little bit better this time around.
Keith, it's Trevor again. What was it like last year, your redshirt year, just coming in as a true freshman and being coached? Your position coach is Brent Venables. We know how intense he is and can be. Just what was that like for you as a true freshman?
It was a good experience, with how the defense works and just really learning college football overall, learning how to be a better linebacker, more knowledgeable, and just seeing what it takes to be great. We had a great group of linebackers last year with Jamie and Chad and Isaiah, And they really showed the young guys like myself and LaVonta and Kane the way, and just showed us, how to act, how to play, how to work off the field. And, we're just trying every day to get better and hopefully play like them.
Hey, Keith, this is Grace Rayner from The Athletic. Just as a follow-up to that, you obviously have a front row seat to Coach Venables every week. What do you think he's going to be like, knowing that A, he has extra time, and B, he is scheming for an offense he's already seen once this season?
Look, Coach V's one of the best at what he does. Every single week he's got a plan. He's got plays he's putting in and fixing what we did wrong the week before. I know he's going to be, he's going to be in the lab and working real hard to get a real good plan for us going into this ACC championship. But I just think he's going to push us harder than ever before, make sure we're ready, and make sure that the plan he's got is good and set in stone for game time.
Keith, how much you talked about Skalski and how much of an influence he's been on you? How about Baylon? How much of an influence has he been and a mentor for you this season?
He's been huge too. Seeing him play with Chad last year and, get some good game reps, but, he wasn't the starter, obviously, and just seeing how he stayed focused and grinded and has waited his turn because, this is his fourth year, and you could show that it shows how much work he put in and, how prepared he is for this moment. And just seeing him go out there and give it his all every single play, really becoming a big-time leader on the defense and just helping me along the way too, helping me continue to learn the defense and, making sure I'm staying focused and understanding that, it doesn't always happen right away. And sometimes you got to wait and be patient and make sure you really know the defense before you get on the field. But he's been a tremendous help and just a grinder, and it's really shown this year.
Any other questions for Keith?
Thank you, Keith.
All right. Thank you, Keith. Next up
Appreciate
will be Braden Galloway at approximately 12:45.
Thank you.